creating orders with multiple items, line items, where some items are in stock and others are not in stock. And we'll look at picking up those orders and paying them from the point of sale and managing them from the back office by splitting them into separate invoices to be able to fulfill the items you do have in stock and then the items that you don't have in stock. So let's start off by just creating an order in the back office. So we'll go ahead and create a brand new order. And we'll add an item that does have stock. Do one of those. And then we'll add an item that does not have stock. So one of those. So we'll see that the second line item does not have stock for 100 Rand, and the first one does have stock for 1,000 Rand. Total sale of 1,100 Rand. And I'll go ahead and confirm that order. All right, so we have our the ability to go and convert to invoice, but of course we can't fulfill the full order. Depending on your account settings, you may or may not be able to do that. So firstly, let's look at, we can of course take a payment from the back office if we want to, but we're not going to do that for this example. So rather, we're going to go and take this order number, and we're actually going to go and pick that up from the point of sale where we can go and take a payment. So we'll go and find that order, open it up. We've got our two line items and the total purchase of 1,100. Now, generally, we could obviously settle this payment, close the order and convert it to an invoice, fulfilling both items. But in this case, of course, we don't have both items, so we can't fulfill them. So rather, we're going to say save as an order. Okay, we can go and take the full payment or a partial payment. In this example, I'm going to take a full payment. Now, it's useful to note in the ERPLY settings, we can set this up that either on payment here, the order will be converted into an invoice and the goods will be fulfilled, or we can just take the payment and leave the order as an order and go and manually convert it to an invoice when we're ready. So that's what we're going to do in this example. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. You'll see it's still saved as an order, and it's actually changed the order number. So we've got a separate order number now, 166. We'll say, okay, we can print the document for the customer if we want. Let's jump back into the back office now. You'll see this was order number 165. And if I refresh the page, you'll notice that it's converted this, or it's actually added an order number 166 from order number 165. So if we go ahead and look at order number 166, obviously we can still see the item that's not in stock and the item that is in stock. And of course, this is the point where we would now go and select to invoice. And of course, remove the item that we don't have in stock off of that invoice. And we can go ahead and confirm that invoice right away. Okay, so that's invoice number 348. Coming from order number 166. And if we actually open up the payment tab here, then we will see that we've actually brought over the payment of 1,000 Rand onto this invoice. So this invoice is actually marked as paid in full. If we go back to order number 166, we would obviously go and create a purchase order now and bring in these items. I'm going to just, for the purpose of this example, manually edit my stock. Of course, we'll see there that the stock is being reserved. So I'm going to add on just 100 units. We'll save that and just refresh the page to reflect that. So we've got 100 units, and of course we're going to go ahead and hit the to invoice button now, and that's only going to bring across the item that we haven't invoiced yet. So the first line item is on the first invoice, and the second one is on the second invoice. There you'll see it's telling us that we're connected to another invoice number here, number 348, as we saw earlier. I'm going to go ahead and confirm this invoice as well. All right, so it's going to be the next invoice, number 349, also coming from order number 166. And again, if I open up the payment, we'll see that that payment of 100 Rand has brought across. So effectively, we created the order, we took the full payment from the point of sale, but we converted the order into two separate invoices at a later stage. So this is one way of managing orders and invoices when we don't have all the stock in our warehouse. Of course, we could also, when we convert the items to invoices, is invoice out of separate warehouses as well. But that's a different example. Okay, thank you.